I'm about to share with you the fastest way to go from zero to over $100,000 on Shopify, even if you have no experience. Now, I've done this so many times over and over, but I've also helped thousands of people do it, so I can give you the full framework, and I'm going to do it right now for free. But to do this the right way, we got to head over to my favorite resort so that we can get some work done. And so what I learned along the way, helping 3,000 to 4,000 people actually make money with e-commerce, and I've seen a lot more try and fail and stop after a few weeks. I learned that most people are looking for like one or two little things where, oh, tell me the secret sauce and suddenly I'll make money. It takes time. It's a series of skills you have to stack on top of one another. So I have to let you know before we get into the video, we're officially doing the one and only ever promotion for our e-commerce program, the TikTok Ad Blueprint. This is already the best, most popular, and most up-to-date TikTok training available on the market. There's a ton of people in there using it to make a lot of money today. But what we're going to do, you're going to save $500 right now by clicking the second link in the description below for the TikTok Ad Blueprint. You're going to save $500 before the price goes up yet again. You're also going to get a couple of really cool bonuses that we normally don't offer. Free access into our private group where we do live coaching calls. You can get on all of those group coaching calls at no extra cost. We usually, I charge 10 grand for coaching. You can get access to all of those multiple times a month for free, just inside of there for life, okay? Second thing, you're going to get access to all of the bonus content. So I record a lot of videos, a lot of like people throw me questions and I'll record a video for each of 30 different questions, right? You get access to all that, plus our guest lecture module where I bring on an expert who does $18 million a year through email marketing, just so you can learn a little bit more about that skill. Again, stacking skills on top of one another. So go ahead right now and enroll inside of there because that will not last. Just click the second link in the description and then come back to this video. So with that being said, let's get on out of here. I got to get back to my office and we got to get to work. This is going to be a very current, up-to-date strategy that you're going to want to follow, okay? Step number one, this is the first thing you're going to do if you want to start an e-commerce business. Isolate 3 to 5 products you want to test. Now, I'm about to show you a ton of winning products. I also have a super sick winning product video with over 50 product ideas that I'll also leave link below you can check out later. The reason I say 3 to 5 and not, hey, find that one magic product is because even if me and you test the same product, we're going to get different results. So even if it's a great product, you might not get results right away in your ad account. Step number 2, run paid ads through TikTok to test your product. You're going to do these one by one. This is why you want these products found up front, so you can just do them back to back to back. You're going to spend anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per product. It can actually be less than that. If you have 0 sales and you've spent $400, it's probably a clear indication that the product just isn't right for you and you should move on. But if it starts kind of working and you're trying to force it to work and just going through this natural test, it's possible you definitely spend a lot more than that. And, because you're seeing some results, just not profitable results. Okay. Now, step number 3 is once you find your winner, meaning, hey, I'm at least breaking even. I'm getting consistent sales. It's been consistent for 8 days. Like that's a good sign. Now there's a lot more stuff you have to do that's really important. So number 1, you're going to get more videos and slowly scale your ad spend. Slowly. It's not a race, right? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And then step number 4, once you get to step number 3, you want to put immediate attention on the back end of your business. Now later in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly what my average profit margin is inside of e-commerce and how that breaks down. But building the back end of your business is really important. Everybody always asks me, what's the back end? That's your emails, your text message. What are you doing for upsells? How are you increasing the LTV, the lifetime value of every customer? That is truly where you make most of your profit margin, okay? Step number 5, build a brand, organic content and further branding, custom packaging, cool email headers, all these things, redoing the website, more things that's for the customer, social media. Let's get a ton more videos. Let's pay influencers to make content. Those are the last step, way down the road. You don't have to worry about that right now. And again, we go through all of that in our e-commerce program. But again, it's not just me who's getting results. I mean, there's a ton of people doing it. I have thousands of screenshots from over the years. We also have a free Discord you can check out where people post their stuff. But someone recently messaged me who had done over $28,000 following what we do with TikTok ads. Marcos, who you guys have seen so far, who's cranking out, $1,000 to $3,000 a day in sales. He was a coaching student, and just people hitting consistent numbers. Okay. Now I get a lot of questions. So let's jump into the FAQs before I show you the exact framework to get to $100,000 on a Shopify store. There's a lot of pieces to this puzzle. Okay. So stick with me, even if it's just for like the next 10 minutes. Okay. What are the most important things to look for in a product? This is something I get all day long. Okay. I'm going to answer with the ability to make cool videos, a large market to address, meaning how many people is there to target. If it's a really specific product that replaces something inside your sunglasses that's only a small sunglass brand, like just random example, again, it's too narrow. It's too narrow. How many people can actually buy your product? I want to look for a good margin. I see a lot of people trying to sell a product for 55 that they get for 35. Like you're just right off the bat putting yourself in a terrible position where you might be able to break even, but you're going to struggle so hard. And it's just, you're going to put the same amount of effort into any product you sell. So like, why not find something that gives you the upfront leverage of having a better margin just off gross revenue? So very important. We'll cover more on this in a couple of minutes, I promise. Okay. The second obvious question that just gets blown out of the water every single day. How much money do I need to start? Okay. I actually am going to show you a funny meme. Check this out. I just posted this.
Go home to mommy. Go home. Bye. Go home to mommy.
Now, I laugh at that because, yes, there's people who've obviously made it work with a couple $100 budget, and that's like a unique outlier. I personally think it's a little foolish and egotistical to think that you can be an outlier. So put yourself in the situation where you can make it work regardless. And if you happen to be an outlier, then great. It's even easier and even faster, right? But don't just assume that. So don't start e-commerce with $300. My answer for that one is going to be about a $3,000 budget, okay? That's conservative, okay? It also depends on what you're doing. This is assuming you're drop shipping, you're not buying inventory, you're not spending thousands to get videos. This is like, hey, I'm going to spend 50 to 80 bucks a month on my store with like 2 apps and the store plan. I'm going to spend 150 bucks getting videos, and I'm going to go spend 300 to 500 bucks per product that I test. That at least gives you some runway. The more, the better, right? Okay, so that's a very frequently asked question. The third, I'm running ads and making sales, but I'm not profitable. Why? Let me know if this is you in the comments down below. I'd love to help. It's not too difficult. But the reason why, and there's many variables, it's likely a lack of skill with the ads. I want to be the person here who's honest, but you guys have to be honest with yourself. I see a lot of people doing this, and I've told Marcos this as well. Marcos has been and was struggling aggressively with his margin. It's getting better. He was break even for a long time. Now it's like 10 to 12%. And it was just upfront. I'm like, dude, it's because you are new. This is your first time you have scaled to a few $1,000s a day. You don't have the skills. So he's developing that. The second one here is underperforming creatives. Marcos had the same thing. The videos are okay and they're getting sales, but they're not the best ad creatives. So as soon as you're seeing results like that, you got to go spend some money and get really, really good videos. That's very important on TikTok. And then the third, you got no back end. Like we said, the emails, the text. Let me give you a number here. Over 25% of my gross revenue comes between email and text message combined. That is insane. If you're not doing that, there goes your margin, okay? Now, that can just be extra margin on top. So it's massive what you can do, all right? Now, once you've done multi-six figures, you can get a cash offer for your store from a company called Open Store. So again, they are actually the sponsor of today's video. I will leave them linked down below, but this is why it's cool. You don't need to run an e-commerce business that you scale to a crazy number and have stable for 5 years in order to sell it like most businesses. Now there's ways to do that and get a great multiple, but just like selling your house for a cash offer that's good for a certain amount of time, Open Store does the same thing. And I did this for fun a while back and I want to show you guys, I'll throw it up, but they offered me $325,000 for an e-commerce store that was 6 months old. So think about that for a second. A business I built in 6 months, which was already spitting me out some pretty good profit, I could have walked away with a $325,000 check. Now they have a very easy process. Go onto their website, a couple things. If you've done multi-six figures, go get an offer and let me know what it comes back as. You might actually be surprised, but it's really easy to do. They give you 80% of the money up front and then the remaining 20% once everything's been transferred over about 60 days later. So really cool option. I did not take the offer because that wasn't in line with what we wanted to do with the brand, but super cool nonetheless. Okay, so they're a great company. Here's some examples, like I mentioned, of products that can sell. You can check out the product research video, but any home goods, that's really what these two here represent, or these three, thick weave blankets, weighted eye masks like sleeping masks, different types of candles. You could use the holidays right now to actually blow up your candle store, right? This candle is like a total holiday theme, so super cool. These outlet covers that have these automatic lights that project onto the ground. Awesome. Such a cool product. Okay. Personal care. I've always been a big fan of personal care. You got to be a little careful. If you're trying to sell like the ab stimulator or a butt stimulator or anything, which is just like, I'll put up a thing of it, they kind of might violate a policy. So you got to be a little careful with some of these. Okay. Another home good product that's blowing up is any sort of LED product, right? You got your Galaxy projectors, your moon lamps, you got your corner lights like this. I helped the students scale to $2 million a month. And everybody's like, that's impossible. Nobody makes $2 million a month. But they must have forgot about the case study I did about the 19-year-old who did almost $3 million in a month, a different person, also selling LED lights. It wasn't this light bar, it was a different kind. So people are just ridiculous, especially when I post a TikTok about it saying like how much money this product has made. People are like, oh, there's no way it sells that much. I have 2 of these. I have accounted for $140 worth of sales for this product, just myself, and my friends have. So it's like, there's a lot of people who can buy this product and who will. So again, like, people act like $3 million is a lot of money. That is not even the smallest molecule of water in the drop of the bucket when it comes to e-commerce sales. That's nothing. So it's crazy though. Like people find the right product, it happens to hit in the ad account, and then I help them scale it up aggressively and build the whole back end. And then if they want to go sell the business, go for it. Like, that guy could probably sell a store for $10 million. He's 19. It's insane. Another one here that I gave in the winning product video, a coffee cup warmer, just a random cool product that I've never tested, but its sales are trending up. So again, a lot of things to look at. Now, I want to break down a more macro here. That was micro, product specific, but you might start to get an idea of niches that I like to sell in, okay? So my favorite type of niche is home goods, as you can tell. The reason I like this, there's a very high potential AOV. Tons of great products that you can sell to choose from. It's very easy to keep the same niche store and just try a bunch of different home good products. And also the margin is usually very good, okay? So a lot of these things like blankets, you could sell multiple different sizes, queen size, king size, like a twin, whatever. Throw pillows for the couch. There's all sorts of different things, like 8 different types of LED lights that you can sell. So I like those. It's something that people are definitely spending more time at home, right? After the virus hit, and a lot of people are working from home. People are just spending more money on their house. Personal care, easy to sell, lots of impulse purchases. It just depends on if you have a really good product. And then the third is fashion accessories. I avoid general fashion. Let me give you a warning here. I don't sell clothing. I don't sell shoes. I have a friend who is selling, I don't know, like 4,000 pairs of shoes a month, and his warehouse distribution shit was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. And then when it comes to clothing, there's a lot of sizing issues. So if you're running worldwide ads, someone from who knows, Europe is going to complain about your sizing because the sizing charts are different in different countries. So you're going to actually have some annoying issues. It's just some logistics to work out, right? You'll have to make different sizing charts for every country as you scale, but like still higher return rates, which if you're trying to drop ship, probably not the best idea, okay? So those are some niches that I like. Now, let me talk about the margin. As I mentioned, this is the fun part. I'm gonna give you kind of a 3-stage thing of how my margin looks on average, because it's usually not just profit right away, okay? It might be losing money for a little bit. So typically the margin grows over time because of the back end, but it can also counteract by decreasing when you're scaling aggressively, meaning you have a lot of ads running that are kind of break even or not performing. So that like drags it down, but nonetheless, you're getting a ton of new customer acquisition. The first 30 days for me is typically proof of concept. I'm break even, maybe slightly losing money. Maybe there's a 4-day window where I start making a little bit and it goes back to break even. I'm testing a lot of things. I'm going to slowly start getting some new videos. I just need to prove that the product is actually working, right? So that's where I'm kind of getting into like $300 to $500 a day in consistent sales, right? Month 2, and by the way, this could be in week number 3. It doesn't have to be the second month. The timeline's different every time. But on average, in month 2, I'm going to try and go from about that $500 a day mark that I'm at to $2,000 to $3,000 a day. So now I've proved concept. And again, I'm going to give you this example here with Marcos. He is in that stage. Look at this amount of fluctuation. He's constantly killing ads and doing things. He's having a little bit too much natural fluctuation, but he's in that range. He's never below $500 a day. He's averaging, he'll do, $45,000 this month in sales, right? But in month 2, we're typically seeing 10 to 15%. Marcos is in month 2, maybe month 2.5. And he's seeing a 10 to 15% margin doing 2 to 3K a day. Okay. He's not taking home any money because he's now trying to figure out, why is my margin so low and inconsistent? Is it the videos? Like I mentioned, when your ads aren't performing too well, it can be the videos. That's a massive thing. It can be the back end. So now he's starting to spend some money. He's going to hire somebody that I recommended, somebody who I hire to do all the emails, right? So things like that can help you get your margin up. And then month 3 is where, hey, we've kind of figured out a little bit about the margin. We got some better videos. We started doing some other things. The back end is at least decent. Month 3, now we're doing 5,000 plus a day. My margin is usually 20 to 25%. I average about 25%. I've had stores at 35. I've had stores at 15, right? I scaled a store that did $15 million in sales. And that was just me. It was my brand, right? And that store had about a 15% average margin. It might have been 20% on a good week, but that was the store that did $1 million in a week. The profit on that was $150,000. Okay. So like, it's not the craziest margin, but I see a lot of people saying, oh, well, I have a 5 ROAS. My margin is 50%. I'm like, buddy boy, you're stuck at $800 a day. I did 70,000 yesterday. I don't care if my margin's lower, right? You understand this because it's still higher gross volume. You're acquiring more customers. So if you ever want to sell your brand or do anything else with it, it's worth a lot more money. Okay. So again, there are outliers. Like I've had a store, I think it's 60, but it wasn't really scalable. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. I wanted to paint you a picture of the margin. Now, again, if you want to learn TikTok ads, which is what will get you there the fastest, like we already mentioned, enroll in the blueprint, okay? And I just want to make it clear because we've never done this before, but the price is increasing soon. We're doing a lot of Q4 bonuses. Q4 is the most profitable time of the year. There's no denying that, but we're going to give you access to the private mastermind group with group coaching, all the bonus content unlocked, and access to our suppliers. If you're trying to drop ship, your problems will be solved. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to give you a couple of the key frameworks because understanding the margin, the back end, and how you're going to run the ads and what products to look for, all of these are things to get to $100,000 the fastest. And I know there's going to be someone in the comments saying, what about the tactical, how do you maneuver your ads and this and that? That is a 10-hour sequence that you find inside of a course on specific strategy, but you don't really have to understand that to get to that point, right? You can just blindly kind of follow what we show in our program, but it becomes the main topics that matter. Finding the product, how are you thinking about how much money you're going to spend? I see people spend $100 and then they give up. Oh, I wasted $100, I had no sales. Well, yeah, because you don't know what you're doing. This right here, you can screenshot this. This is like the 5-step thing. That's all you have to do. So go find 3 to 5 products today. What's the easiest way to do that? Let's break this down very simply. Click the link below, like the 3rd or 4th link in the description. It'll be a winning products video where I give you 50 products, show you a bunch of different research. You can go check that out. It's a long video, but it has a ton of great research inside of it. So that's an easy one. You can go find other products on your own. Then you start running paid ads through TikTok. I always tell people, don't ever start spending $1 on ads until you know exactly what you're doing. So a YouTube video isn't going to give you as much insight into this specific strategy. And what happens is most people are watching multiple YouTube videos, so they're mixing them together. Just go through our program. It's the best training on TikTok. Hundreds of people have gone through there. So many results popping up inside of our private group that you'll also be getting access to where we do group coaching so you can get one-on-one help. So yeah, I hope this video gave you some value. It'd mean a lot to me if you just drop a like and subscribe down below. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Leave it in the comment section. Be sure to check out the TikTok ad blueprint as well as Open Store if you've done at least a few $100,000 in sales and you want to get a cash offer for your store. I'll see you in the next video.